Now, when Ben was a student in the College of Communications, he applied to be a reporter for the Daily Collegian. He was soundly rejected. Undeterred, he went to the Center Daily Times and offered to write any story for $15. They saw a good deal and sent him off to cover a girls' basketball game. Nearly 15 years later, Ben served as the chief White House correspondent for the Associated Press, covering the Bush and Obama years. Ben is the only Associated Press reporter to ever win both the Gerald R. Ford Prize and the Miriam Smith Award for outstanding White House coverage. One of his fellow reporters said, Ben had a talent for keying in on the relevance of whatever he was covering. He never forgot his readers, and that the issues he was writing about profoundly affected their lives. I'm very proud to honor Ben Feller with the Alumni Fellow Award.
So for the record, they give you 2 to 4 minutes, and I'm going to use the full allotment because there's a story I just got to tell you. So I've spent the last 2 days here on campus doing meetings, and all these memories are coming back. And one of them is that when I was a freshman, I lived in Pinchot Hall in East Halls. And on the last day of my first semester, I overslept so badly that I got locked in. And the police had barricaded the building, and I couldn't get out. And so I called the campus police and said, I'm stuck here. And they said, we're not coming back to get you. Everybody else made it out of that building. So here's what's going to happen, young man. You're going to stay there until the maintenance crew comes, and that's when you'll get out. So I waited and waited, and eventually someone from maintenance came, and you know, I said, I'm up here, and they let me out, and I felt like I'd been rescued from Gilligan's Island, right? And my family and friends knew about it, and they were laughing, and they sort of, you know, held on to it. And I just got to say, that's probably not part of the submission that Dean Harden had in mind when she put me up for this award, but I've been kind of haunted by it, right? For 25 years, but now, look at me, I'm on stage. This is a lifetime honor, right? I'm not giving this back, right? So I just think the message is come to Penn State, anything's possible. I'm gonna let it go. So 2 points with my remaining time. The first is that I'm very thankful to the president and the Alumni Association, my family who's here, my Mercury family where I work now at a strategy firm, and my Penn State friends. This is a tremendous honor. I've had 2 careers. The first, as President Barron said, was as a reporter where I made my living telling other people's stories. And now I work for a communications firm where I help other people tell their stories. And to me, this award is really a recognition of the decision I made to follow my own story. And I've spent the last 2 days talking to a lot of people on campus, including young people, and I just think it's so important to recognize the ability to follow your own story. I figured that out when I was a senior and I switched into journalism, which was an unconventional move, because I know I needed to try something different, and that worked out. And I figured it out again during my journalism career where I kept changing beats and kept moving from states and papers and up because I wanted to keep learning, even if it wasn't always the safe move. And then I figured it out again 5 years ago when I wanted to leave journalism and knew I needed to do something different. Ended up choosing strategic counsel and going to a firm where I could help people in a different way. And all through that process of figuring it out, Penn State's been there. Penn State was here at the beginning, Penn State has followed my career, and now Penn State honors my career. And I just want to say that I'm very honored to be a Penn Stater, and I'm still figuring it out, and I always will, and I like that. And I think wherever I go, this is my hometown, this is my university, and I'm very proud to be a Penn Stater. Thank you. The last point is, and it's very dangerous to be the guy before the food, but the last point I'll make is this, is that you all are under the impression that this is solely an Alumni Fellows dinner, and that's only partly true. This is actually also a recruitment dinner, because in the audience tonight there's a younger feller who is very torn and undecided about where he's going to go to college. Now, there's 2 reasons he's undecided. The first is that he's 7. Okay. So he just started 2nd grade, and I'm going to give him a pass on this. The second reason he's undecided is that his parents both went to outstanding schools. His mom went to Colgate, and his dad went to Penn State. And as his father, I support his free choice. It's really not up to me to put my thumb on the scale, but you guys are unburdened. It is actually your job to be biased, okay, in favor of Penn State. And I don't know if you're appreciating the gravity of this moment. You have his life in your hands, okay? So, in fact, I'm not sure I'm doing this well. I'm going to take my last minute, my last 30 seconds, and give it to him. Sam Feller, come on up here, buddy. Okay? This young man has one thing to say to you, and, don't leave him hanging. Are you ready? Deep breath. Go for it.
We are